welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode. Um, Obvious question would be, if you were, regularly watching these videos, where the hell have I been for like a week or two? Honestly, I just haven't been uploading. Just simple as that, no real excuse for it, but I just haven't been uploading. So anyways, here's the point standings for the Xfinity Series and Cup Series. So we're doing good in both. Obviously, Xfinity Series we could be doing better, we could be in first, but that'll all sort itself out when the playoffs start. As far as the upcoming tracks, though, Watkins Glen. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys can see by the title of the video, just, talk about the Daytona races all throughout Speed Weeks and also the Atlanta race. The clash was interesting. It was kind of like, just a preview of what's to come. It typically always is. I even forget. I think Keselowski won that or something. I forget, but guys were really aggressive, man. Really aggressive, and it was really cool to see the kind of racing that they were all doing. I mean, I know the clash, it doesn't particularly matter. Although I heard the announcers were saying something about points. I don't know if they were just having kind of a brain lapse or if there's like a new rule change that I'm not updated on or what. But yeah, I don't really know what was. Holy crap! I don't really know what was up with them saying that during the clash. That was odd to me, but oh well. But guys were just really aggressive, which was really cool to see. Just the type of racing that everyone was there to put on. It was really cool. I know they said like a lot of owners there, they kind of tell the drivers, hey, if we kind of expect you to tear up this car, so well, not expect like go out there and wreck it, but like we've already made our peace with the idea that this car could come back, in pieces. So just go bring home a trophy. But it was cool how they went about that race and how the drivers kind of attacked that race, just being real aggressive. And the guys who were Chevy drivers were testing out the Camaro and just seeing and all the new aero stuff and all that, just how the draft works. Guys were getting really good runs, and people were able to cut people off and block their runs, and sometimes they weren't. And, all throughout Speed Weeks we saw what happens. You mistime that block, you're going to be looking at the wall or sliding down through the infield, one of the two. So and then the truck race I missed. I'm pretty sure I missed the truck race, but yeah, it was what it was. I believe I might have been at work. I believe I was at work for the Xfinity Series race, but I think I had it recorded. So I did definitely get to see the Xfinity Series race. Xfinity Series race was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm not just saying that because of the finish. I enjoyed it. Just rooting for the junior motorsports drivers to get up there and do something, and that was just fun. How different guys. Well, different guys all throughout the field, just not in junior motorsports, but we're alternating, be at the front, and then they kind of fall back to the back, and just the drafting, in my opinion, was really good. So it made the racing really good, I thought. And I touched on it a little earlier. The finish of the race was really good. That was awesome. Pretty clean as well, considering what the race was, and you know, trying to win that and everything. So that was good to see. It was good to see by two junior motorsports drivers. Whoever, you know, was going to win the race, you know, I was happy with. Tyler Reddick is cool. No real problem with Tyler Reddick. I think he'll, holy crap. Okay, so the 21 just made me wreck his own teammate. I mean, the fact that the 3 slowed up didn't help, but yeah, he can thank his teammate for, you know, being all up my freaking rear end on that one. And there's the caution, unfortunately. But yeah, it was just one of those where, you know, hey, whoever wins this, you know, I'm cool with. And but I do feel kind of bad for Elliott Sadler. He man, he lost that championship last year. It was really close, and then this year, the Daytona race, a freaking photo finish. Like, I do feel bad for Elliott. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you know, hopefully he can win this year's championship. I would like that if he could. That would be pretty awesome. I feel like Tyler Reddick is going to be doing 2 years in Xfinity. I don't know really how many years Elliott has left. Whether it be, you know, he gets replaced by somebody younger or just somebody different, or he's like, you know, I'm tired of the grind. I'm gonna retire. You know, I don't know how much time he has left. So, you know, that's why I would kind of like to see him win it now. I know he did a, you know, interview, you know, after the race. And, you know, I looked at, like, YouTube comments on it, and people were bashing him pretty tough, talking about he's like a sore loser. He's like, he was whining or whatever. And I'm like, if you listen to what he says, from what I took away from it was just that I explained, is this one really hurts because I don't know how many more opportunities at this I'm going to get. And with it being Daytona, you can come there, sit on the pole, have an extremely fast race car and wreck out on lap 2. You know, it's not guaranteed that you're going to be there at the finish to really kind of take shit into your own hands and maybe win the race. So, you know, that one really stings because it's like, well, damn, you know, this was a really good opportunity to win at Daytona. And I lost it by a couple inches. It's like, that's tough. That's got to be tough. And, you know, it'd be tough if he was 21 years old, but given the fact that he's closer to the end of his career than he is the beginning, that really sucks. So I can understand where he would be coming from. So I was kind of surprised that people were all over him about his comments in the like, not the post-race interview where they're still like standing on pit road, but like the you know, kind of like press conference-y type thing, you know, media center or whatever it's called. I don't fucking know. And then the Cup race. The Cup race was really good in my opinion. A lot of wrecks, man. People were wadding shit up. Last year, my initial concern with stage racing, at least as far as the super speedways went, was, okay, it's going to be a wreck fest when we get down to the end of the stages. And lo and behold, even though I've kind of made my peace with the stage racing, I actually kind of like it now. Yeah, they wrecked bigger than shit. Coming to the end of stage 1, I do believe some good cars got taken out. I know there were some more wrecks. You know, I was rooting for Chase Elliott, and you know, he got in that wreck, which was it. You know, I don't like Brad Keselowski at all. Personally, I could do without him, just like in the sport. I know that's like, wow, that's really harsh. I don't like him. He can go fuck off, if my personal opinion. But that was not his fault what happened to Chase. It's just, you know, when you're the middle car and kind of like a three car little chain, you can get loose when you're being pushed and you're pushing someone in front of you, and that shit just happens. Brad probably had no idea that Chase was where he was in relation to first place, so it's not Brad's fault. If anything, it probably would be Chase's fault. So, yeah. As I'm trying not to run over the 20 here, I like to try and pass him clean. We're a little tight, though. I think we'll get him here. Yeah, we got him. Alright. I know a lot of good cars wrecked out, and then at the end, you know, like the only like really good car who'd been there, you know, a decent amount of time throughout the day was Denny Hamlin, who can go fuck himself. Same with what I said about Brad. If he just, you know, happened to retire, I wouldn't miss him. If he was out of the sport, I would not be sad or miss him at all. He can go fuck himself. That being said, though, you know, I was rooting for pretty much anybody up there except Hamlin. Not really a fan of Eric Almirola. Glad he, you know, was not. It sucks he was injured at Kansas, and I'm happy it wasn't more serious than it was. Almost overshoot that corner, and I'm happy he's back racing, and now with a probably an even better team than he was with in SHR. So I wanted him to win more than Hamlin, but I really don't really like Almirola like that. I mean, he's just kind of there. So yeah, but I was really hoping that Austin Dillon would actually get up there and pass him. I was happy that Almirola passed Hamlin. I was like, okay, you can win. I'm fine with that. But I feel like we could do better here. So I was hoping the 3 could get up there, or the 43. I was really hoping the 43 could get up there. But I believe he fell back or something, and he wasn't as close to the lead as Austin Dillon or some shit. So I was like, okay, just one of you two, and Austin's the closest, so hopefully you can get it done. And he did. It's just, I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people that really gave Austin a lot of bullshit for how he won. Now, before you know, if anyone actually watches this, before you go down in the comments and like, F you, F Austin Dillon, you know, this and that. One, I don't think he's like just a spoiled rich kid. Like, I honestly, I kind of hate that people call him that, because it almost sounds like it just comes from a place of bitterness from the person who calls him that, or calls Ty Dillon that. The reason I say that is because in life, you don't pick who your parents are, who your siblings are, who your grandparents are, your entire family, the family you're born into, where you're born. You don't get to pick any of that. You don't even get to pick, as far as I know, you know, like, unless there's some bullshit that happens when you're like a fucking chromosome and like we don't remember it because we're too fucking young and our brain ain't developed enough and shit for memory. You don't even get to pick the goddamn gender that you are. Like, think about that. You just pop out and eventually your memory picks up, and like that's where life starts. You don't get a say in any of that shit. So it wasn't Austin Dillon nor Ty Dillon's choice to be born Richard Childress's grandsons. They could have been born to a homeless dude and a homeless woman. They could have been born to a couple who is on food stamps, who lives in the worst part of town, who struggles just to pay their bills and put food on the table. Okay? And there are a large amount of people who are born into families like that. God bless them. I hope that they just make it and their lives work out okay. I'm gonna just shut up here. Well, actually, Actually, we can skip this. It doesn't fucking matter.
Race is going green.
So it's not their choice. So they're born into those families, and their fathers were children. Racing is a part of them.
All clear.
I know it's, might just be a cliche thing to say, but racing is in their blood. They're predisposed to it. Okay? From a certain degree, well, to a certain degree, I kind of know, like, I kind of get that, because I didn't just all of a sudden start watching NASCAR and be like, yeah, I want to be a fan of this shit. No, my father watched NASCAR when I was brought into the world. From as early as I can remember, I watched NASCAR. That's just how it is. Oh, well, that's just how it was. So, from the earliest I can remember, they were probably taken to some racetrack, like local racetrack around them, or to their grandfather's race shop with, hanging around all the drivers and everything. That's all they know is racing. Because their grandfather loves them, he's going to give them the opportunity to just do what they want, and what they want is to race, because that's all they've known their entire life. They are afforded opportunities, and the opportunities they are afforded, we would all take them if we were in their position. The only difference is they were lucky and fortunate enough to be born into that situation. And the people that give them shit for it and sound bitter as hell about it, they just weren't that damn lucky, I guess. I don't know. But that's just how the world works. Some people are born rich. Some people are rich through self-made shit. It's just how the world works. Don't be salty and bitter and hate about it. Don't play or hate. And then, so there's that. And then the fact about how he won the race. This is what I compare it to, and I don't really think it was dirty. For those of you that, holy crap, okay. For those of you that watch NASCAR, and have watched NASCAR since at least 2009. Whoa, sweet Jesus. Oh, we got in the grass. That didn't work out too well. Caution flag, where are you? The July 2009 race. Coming out of turn 4, going, to the trial, Kyle Busch was leading. Tony Stewart was behind him, pushing him in second. Coming to the checkered flag. This is the race, okay? Checkered flag. Tony Stewart gets the run. He pulls left. Kyle Busch blocks. Tony then, kind of halts his momentum. Tries to go up high and pass him. Kyle blocks again. Tony stays in the gas. He don't move. Kyle goes right across Tony's nose and slams the wall hard as fuck. Kyle Petty, I know who I'm quoting here. Even I'm kind of laughing at it. Kyle Petty said something about this race. I do believe it was this race. I do believe it was Kyle Petty. Even if it wasn't this race, this example still stands, because this is the perfect example in my opinion. He said Kyle took one swipe at him. Tony said, okay, fair enough. I'll readjust. Kyle took a second swipe. Tony said, nah, you only get one, bro. I'm not moving. And Kyle got himself turned into the wall. When you block, that is the price you pay. Did Kyle have any other option? No, he did not. Did Tony? No, he did not. Kyle Busch was perfectly and this is the way I see it about blocking. Kyle Busch had every single right to block. They are coming to the checkered flag out of turn 4 to win the race at Daytona, I might add. Kyle Busch absolutely 110% had every right in the world to block Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart had every right in the world to say, I gave you one, I'm not giving you two. Whatever happens from here on out is honestly your fault, and that's just how we're going to have to deal with it. That's kind of what Austin Dillon did to me. He looked low, Almirola blocked. He readjusted, went high, Almirola blocked again. Almirola went into the wall. Done deal. Almirola had every single right in the world to block him. Austin Dillon had every single right in the world to only give him one shot. You have one. You block me a second time, I am no longer responsible for what happens to you.
Clear.
Simple as that. That's just my honest to God opinion on it. So, yeah. Whether you agree or not, I can understand if you wouldn't agree. I guess some people might be against blocking. Some people might be against the fact that you get blocked and say, well, that doesn't give you a license to wreck them. Technically, you're not wrecking them. They're wrecking themselves. You're just not moving. Like, you could be, like, super courteous or whatever and, like, lift, but you're just not. And they're coming across your nose.
Stay sharp, the green's coming.
So if they're coming across your nose, technically they're wrecking themselves. It's not you doing it anymore.
Hold your line.
And we're going to be pretty close on fuel, so we're going to have to save a little bit, but I'd like to get the lead, and then 78's not very happy with us. I'd like to get the lead, and then... Alright, Truex. That's how you want to play. I like to get the lead and pull away a little bit, and then save fuel. But if you guys disagree, I mean, that's fine. I just say, you know... Honestly, I would... In regards to what I said defending Austin Dillon, I would honestly like to hear the point of view of someone who does disagree, just to see, like, you know, they're like, well, now that you mention it, you know, my stance on that kind of changes, or, no, I hear what you're saying, but I still disagree, and here's why. And you're like, okay, well, you know, when you put it like that, I guess you're right to disagree or something. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm open to any ideas of why you all might disagree, but, you know, if you agree, you know, just tell me that as well. Wherever you guys feel on it, just, you know, leave it down in the comments. But yeah, just my personal opinion. Holy crap, I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to wreck Matt Kenseth. I know he can't get his spot back because the caution didn't come out, but I didn't want to take the lead off of that. I really did not mean to do that.
Stay right.
I just didn't know how much I was going to push up right there. I thought I had the corner made and everything secured, but I didn't. And then the Atlanta race, I skimmed through the, holy shit, I skimmed through the Xfinity Series race and Cup race, to be honest. I don't even think I watched the truck race.
Clear.
Cole Custer hit hard. He hit the wall hard in the Xfinity Series race on the front stretch. But he was alright, you know, of course, so that's good. Other than that, I mean, Kevin Harvick won both races. Both races weren't that great, in my opinion. Jimmy Johnson, he spun out in the Cup Series race, so now people are, you know, back talking about, you know, should 4018 be worried? I mean, they should be aware of the situation, but I don't really think they should be worried. I just think, you know, he spun out and then, you know, his tire blew or whatever and, like, ripped apart the fender and everything. Had it not done that, he would have been alright. I mean, how many times have we seen Jimmy Johnson spin out and come back to get, like, a top 10 or a top 5? Or potentially even win. I know it's nauseating sometimes, but now I don't really mind because, well, I'm kind of just a fan of all the Hendrick drivers. That would include Jimmy. So, yeah, but shit, I didn't mean to get into him. Thought I had it clear. Did he wreck? Like full on wreck? Holy shit. F it. But yeah, Harvick won both races. I don't really like, well, actually, my top 5 most hated drivers, the top 5, really and truly, these are like the only drivers I actually do hate. What I said about Almirola, I just didn't like how, I did not like how, like, the 2014 July race at Daytona was won. which wasn't Almirola's fault, but I was just kind of like, wow, that's bullshit. I feel like they kind of, to some extent, might have, you know, handed that to him. It's kind of, but I was like, oh, okay, there's rain coming. And they've been at this for X amount of time. Like, that race was ran on a Monday, and then there was still rain coming. So it was like, oh, fuck, well, what do we do? So, under that situation, I would agree that the race probably should have been called, actually, because it's Monday. It's not like there's an off week. Like, the teams have to get, like, they're already delayed because Sunday they would be getting out of there and getting their shit prepared for the next track. But now they're a day behind. So if we wait any longer, that's just more time that teams are behind in preparations for next week's race. So there's that as well. Martin Truex Jr. is really not giving up the lead. Make sure I don't do to him what I did to Kenza. Let's see if we can get him right here in the S's.
Steady.
Whoa, oh, we made contact. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Caution, caution, caution. Watch for the brake.
There's the caution. Nobody's pitting. We're not going to pit. We're not going to pit either. Wow. I tried to go around him on the outside there, and I would be the guy on the inside.
Nice and smooth.
Going into the next corner.
Flag. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, we made contact there and wrecked pretty bad, so. Restart it first, though. Got a good corner right there, so we're up ahead of him, up in front of him. That's good. But, yeah. So, top driver I hate, Kyle Busch, ironically enough. That's the reason I'm racing the 18s, because I just want to kick him out. Just fuck him. So Kyle Busch is number 1. I'd say Kevin Harvick is number 2. Denny Hamlin would have to be number 3. 4 and 5 is Keselowski and Logano. I just don't know which one of them I hate more than the other. So 4 and 5, I'll just say, I can't say the Penske drivers anymore because Ryan Blaney's a Penske driver, and that's actually one of my favorite drivers. That's probably like I don't know, Blaney could be anywhere from like 2nd favorite to 4th favorite. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. I like Blaney though. I was rooting for him to win the 500. Like after Chase wrecked. I believe Chase wrecked before Blaney did it. I'm pretty sure he did. But I was hoping Ryan Blaney would win the 500. But yeah, I mean, honestly and truly, I'd say Chase Elliott's my first favorite. After that, in no particular order, I'll just, Hendrick drivers, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace. No, I know it's not Hendrick driver. Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, like I said, Ryan Blaney. All those, I know there's a lot of young drivers, but it's the drivers that, ironically enough, you would think, okay, well, why not pick like a driver that you've watched for just about all your life, like a Jimmy Johnson or like a Kurt Busch or a Ryan Newman. And I do like Jimmy, that's Hendrick Motorsports driver, but just seeing a lot of these guys, like, okay, Chase Elliott drove for Dale Jr., won the championship over there. Now he's at Hendrick, so I like him, for that reason as well. When Edwards retired, Chase became like my 2nd favorite driver, so now Dale's retired, so he's my 1st favorite, so. William Byron, same thing as Chase, drove for Junior, won championship over there, and now he's with Hendrick, so. Alex Bowman, he came in and subbed for Dale Jr. I'm happy he's getting the opportunity he's getting now full time. He's in the 88, which is pretty damn cool. And he's with Hendrick Motorsports, so yeah. Bubba Wallace, African-American driver, that's super awesome, so I hope he does well. Ryan Blaney, I've liked him ever since the Xfinity Series. I just really wish that he got a full-time ride because he would have been a champion. But he never did. But I've been rooting for him ever since. I was like, somebody give this man a full-time ride, like Penske gives. Who the fuck ever? Junior Motorsports, like give this man an Xfinity Series ride because he will bring you a championship. And Larson, just been a fan of Larson a lot, especially that truck race at Eldora that one year. I forget which year it was, but he beat the shit out of that truck. I think it was the year Bubba won. Beat the shit out of that truck, and it just kept going. That was like one of the best races I've ever seen somebody run, even though he fucked up a lot. But it was just like he just kept going and going and going and going and trying and just like catching Bubba. I was like, holy shit. And the fact that he runs the high side, I really like that. I think it's cool. Takes some serious nerves, man, to do that, because you're like inches from the wall. And I just think that's really cool. Something that Dale Jr. did a decent amount of time too. So, but yeah, guys, that'll be it for this episode. We're 5 points back from William Byron. We've got a lot of playoff points and a lot of wins though, but hopefully what I'll do after, I'm not gonna bring you guys a career mode only after a new race happens, but each career mode episode that I bring you guys after a race or whatever, I'll try and talk about the races, at least all that I could watch. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace out.